I don't know. He took insulting from the name of my book. Making my way from Stone to the winery and the place I'm going to stay tonight. Well, here I am back at the scene of the crime. He insisting that Croatia is not in Eastern Europe. Well, here I am back at the scene of the crime. 4 days ago when I crossed the border at Bosnia into Croatia. Then I pulled off to the Peljesac peninsula, which we're heading on right now. Down below me you can see there are farming oysters and mussels, fresh, and I had those there at the restaurant. Anyway, I came into this town not knowing anything and what I was going to do, and in the old town, which we're going to pull into shortly, I got off the bike, pulled out an energy bar and some water. I pondered what I was going to do. When I figured I would stay in the town, I got on the bike and grabbed the hand of the clutch to start it up. It was then my clutch just went soft, snapped, only holding on by a frayed cable. That began a new adventure. The adventure to find a replacement cable.
Right now, I've got to get a cable put on a bus at 7:30 tonight in Zagreb. It'll arrive here at 4:30 a.m. The guard who works here is going to go down 3 kilometers or so to Stone, pick up the cable from there, and then tomorrow morning we'll put that thing on, and I can make my way to Dubrovnik.
And to do it timely. And of course, it forced me to stay put.
So I'm stuck in this old medieval town here in Croatia. I got my clutch snapped, and I have
to do a little bit of research and catch up on some writing. While staying at the Austria Hotel in Mali Stone, which means Little Stone, I reached out to several wineries. Now, I know we're in the middle of harvest, and that first night when I was in Mali Stone, we had a horrific thunder and lightning storm and pouring rain. Only lasted about 2 hours, but certainly enough to do some damage, I'm sure, to the impending harvest here on the Peljesac Peninsula. And while having dinner at the Austria restaurant, one of the waiters suggested this small boutique winery called Milovic, I think. I'll verify that again later. So, having written back to both those people, 2 of the wineries, for the first communication, hearing nothing. Second communication, hearing from one of them. He's very busy with harvest, but then he took insult or maybe confusion from the name of my book. I used the term the forgotten farms and lost vineyards of Eastern Europe. And he insisting that Croatia is not in Eastern Europe and pointing that out in his lengthy email. I heard back from another gentleman. I'm using the exact same email. It's a template that I use and customize for each person. He got back to me within several hours. Here's the guy, the mechanic place that helped me use his shop, and he helped fix the exhaust and pull the cable tension. Tony. But anyway, going back to... Jesus, did you see that? This is what I'm talking about. Crazy drivers. There was no reason for him to be in my lane unless he was texting, talking on the phone, or just being an asshole. Let's get back. So we're coming into the point. But this other guy at this boutique winery, he has a room for me. He's going to put me up, and he's happy to show me the vineyard and the winery. Take some time to talk to me about Croatian wine. Not once mentioning anything about Eastern Europe. So it's very interesting, this thing. I had the same conversation from a boat driver in Split. Here we are in Stone. It was actually over by that fortress. I pulled in a little bit earlier. There's an ATM machine here I want to use real quick to take care of some business, get some cash. Okay, well, look, here I am in the town of Stone, and I'm about to leave. I gotta get this thing fixed up here. My air hawk is bothering me. Okay, that's the wall. I climbed on that wall too. I've been a wall climbing kind of fool. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna get on the road. This is actually the place that I broke down right in there. Now let's head out to Milovic. And can really get a sense of this beautiful peninsula, the Peljesac. Finally, kind of be nice not to have any cars on the road, and I understand that. It gets pretty desolate out here. Alright, that's a good view of the town of Stone. And you can see Doc. Doc's got a nice new clutch cable. Oh yeah, feels good, Docky. Docky, yeah, never said that. Okay, well we're gonna take the helmet off and I'm gonna take some water. Winding my way from Stone to the winery and the place I'm going to stay tonight.
It's a lovely, cool town, Stone, yeah. You know, I can't get it out of my head. So I'm cruising here to the Peljesacs. About that guy at Milos Winery and then that boat captain who just seemed to refuse to acknowledge that Croatia is part of Eastern Europe. I mean, you know, there's a lot of different ways people can define it. Is it southern, central? I mean, but at the end of the day, I think it's deep down in their, particularly in Dalmatia, in their wanting to disassociate with a term that's no longer really used, but was so much referred to them in the days of communism and those regimes. The Eastern Bloc. I'm not talking about the Eastern Bloc. That's a block of countries. I'm talking about Eastern Europe geographically. Why is it they just don't, you know, itching to move far and far from the days of Tito and Yugoslavia and Russia, the USSR and the communist regimes. But, you know, if you think about Eastern Europe, you think about borders. You think about natural borders, not political borders. You think about, to the north, I think Eastern Europe could be defined at the Baltic and the Barents Sea to the north, and then you've got the Adriatic Sea to the east, the Black Sea, then the Caspian Sea, and then the mountains that kind of border between Azerbaijan, Georgia, the Caucasus Mountains. You know, the countries that are within those borders, natural borders, that's Eastern Europe. I mean, you can have it, whatever you want to call it. It's just a name, but don't get all bent out of shape. I'm just coming to see you in winery and try to share the beauty of the wines of Croatia. I don't care whether it's, you know, Croatia's in the EU. I mean, it's who cares? People, if you look at the CIA fact book, I mean, not that the U.S. has got the defining order of to say what's east and west. Of course not. But the CIA fact book plainly puts Croatia in Eastern Europe. So, and then that captain, the sea captain, the boat captain who shuttles tourists around these islands, the beautiful islands of the Adriatic in Croatia, he also got all bent out of shape about this. Look, Croatia, you're Eastern Europe to me, but it doesn't matter. That doesn't define you in any other way as a geographic boundaries by these land, by these natural borders, these seas and mountains. So, anyway, I'm done with that. Let's go try some wine.
This is Allan. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.